Hi, I'm Matthew Stebbins with the Space Coast Elite Homes team, and I wanted to give the latest Brevard County housing market update. And I think it's critical for everyone to stay abreast of the situation because things are changing a bit and there's a lot going on. And so this is just good information to have. So let's go with a couple things. Yes, it looks like we're going to be going into a recession. So inflation is a lot higher than it should be, and a lot of things are changing. The markets have gone down, but a lot of times everyone knows that in the long term or in any term, putting your money into real estate usually ends up making you more money. So a couple things that you will notice is the housing market has slowed a little bit because it was on fire. Now it's slowed down to something a little bit more reasonable. More inventory has come on the market. But people are still putting their money into real estate because they know it's a long-term gain. Even when 2008 hit, people still purchased homes, and now they're even in a way better position than they were before. And there's very few people that are actually doing short sales or foreclosures because of all that. Usually they walk away with money, and it's worked out very, very well. So I want to go over some of the stats on what's happening right now, just so you can see, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what's happening in the market as well. So the median price sales have actually gone up 22.3% to $360,000 for a home. Back a year ago now, it was $294,000. Huge difference. The average home sold 1,035 in the last month compared to a year ago at 1,172. So that was a decrease of 11%. But the market was on fire. So that's a huge difference. I'm still busy. Things are still happening on a regular basis. Homes are still closing. Records are still being made. It's just that it's not as crazy as it was, so people can actually breathe a little bit. Days on the market went from 10 days a year ago to 7 on average right now. So that's a decrease of 30%. Inventory is actually still about roughly the same. It's gone up a little tiny bit, but not enough to make a difference. So 0.9 months of inventory to a year ago, same amount. Now, normally I don't talk about condos and townhomes, but let's be honest. Because of the price of single-family homes, people started looking at condos and townhomes. One, for investment, and two, because they're cheaper. And some people needed to buy that until they could find an actual home because the inventory has been so tight in the first place. So I'm going to talk about condos and townhomes. So a year ago, the average price was $255. Now it's $288,350, which is an increase of 13.3%. Still pretty good. The amount of condos and townhomes sold is 306 compared to 361 a year ago. Days on the market have gone down to 8 days instead of 12 days. Again, that is because a lot of people can't buy a single family home right now, so they're purchasing condos to live in the meantime. So because those values still increase as well. Months supply has actually dropped from 1.2 months to 1.1 months now, which is a drop of 8.3% because those are just selling. And also, you got to think about condos and townhomes are usually in majority of people's price ranges. So the bread and butter of people's price ranges are about $200,000 to $350,000. So when the median sales price of a home is $360,000 and you can get a median sales price of a condo for $288,000, you can see why people are making choices to go to a condo or townhome. Now, let's talk about the overall market. So the only thing that I've really seen that has been huge, or a couple things that I've seen that have been a huge change, are one, the luxury market has softened. So seeing a luxury home for $150,000, $200,000 over what its actual value has actually come down to its actual rough appraised value or just a little bit below, because the increase in the rates have gone up and it's caused people's buying power to go down. So therefore the luxury market tends to not sell as much. It's always been a slow seller anyway, but now it's a little bit more softer than the other one. The other thing I've seen that has been very common is instead of having an asking price and then seeing $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 above asking price, now homes are selling at asking price or just a smidget above, 5, 10 grand over at this point. So things are still happening here in Brevard County because we still have a lot of things going on compared to a lot of the other areas. The other thing about Brevard County is it's a little bit of a secret from Orlando because it's 45 minutes, and it was a secret for a while. So the prices were a little bit cheaper. Now, because it's right along the coast and people are finding out how great it is to live in this area, the prices have increased tremendously. There was a lot of people moving to the area. The space industry, the defense industry, and a lot of space for building have really just pushed this area along. So we haven't seen dramatic drops like a lot of other people have. It has been just a really nice, easier going coast. Now, instead of a huge plummet, which they think is going to happen in quite a few other areas, this particular area actually has the ability to hold the values because there's a lot going on here, a lot of building and especially with space, defense, industry, and just a lot of space for continuing for people to move here. So a lot of ancillary things that you need just for communities. So it has been fantastic here, and I really don't see any crazy drops going on at this moment. Now, do understand that the amount of people moving to Florida has dropped a bit. So when it comes to bidding wars and whatnot, it's a lot less going on here than it had ever been before. However, it still has multiple offers going on properties, so that hasn't really stopped as well. So if you're just curious, if you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer all that I can. You can call, text, or email me. My number is 321-482-3585. And I'm Matthew Stebbins with Space Coast Elite Homes Team. Looking forward to speaking with you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.